Alright, I thought I had the intro already, but that's the intro. Alright, let me make it very intro-worthy. Felix put cat ears on Pinto. Well, Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Radiance. Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, the Anomal Cars. You know me as the man who is, honestly, a little chilly. The AC is running on high, and then it rained today, and it cooled down, but I'm gonna keep it on because it's about to heat back up again real quick, and I'm not here for it. But, to most, I'm cozy. The United States Aviator, welcome back to another phenomenal episode of the... Oh yes, Danganronpa Hunger Games, we're back, baby. And it's not just any episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, it is the moment that so many of you have been waiting for. The premiere event of every season in OC action. It's the Hunger Games OC, free for all of the OCs who competed this season. They're back in one big old matchup that could be for the singles title, could be for the tag team titles, could be for both, could be for neither. But whatever happens, it's a free-for-all. The highest placing singles competitor who is not already on the brackets will earn the final spot onto the brackets. And on the other side, tag teams as well. The final person, or I guess the highest placing team that is not already on that bracket, will go on to the bracket. You know how this works. I had a whole bunch of OCs to run through. Let me readjust myself so my blanket's feeling real nice and cozy again. There we go. Pancakes on. Look at it. It's pancakes. I love pancakes. Regardless, let's introduce everyone who's here. We got Legault, Nathan, Ringo, Amber, Murasaki, Bite, Kiki, Pinto, Tigra, June, Scar, Squid, Akiho, Kara, Mayumi, Satsushi, Helsing, Adeline, Alex, and because we had an odd number, Dave will be stepping in, teaming up with Alex, in case something a little crazy happens. Something a little crazy. But, moving on, we have Xiaomu, we have Ashi, we have Kyra, who is the new, say it again, new OC champion from the last singles episode because Chaos reigned, with Kiyoshi, Rose, Ray, Nunzio, Badru, Shad, Momochi, Daruma, Opal, Meki, Momo, CeeLo, Joey, Koemi, Adriana, Cassia, the former champion, and Gloria, our still current agent of chaos, who could try and do it one more again for all the folks who are here today. But we must go on to the tag team title holders who have been holding it throughout the entire season. Rosaka and Felix, the Crop Keepers. Gold Team, Kagami and Avi, the Precious Metal Eaters, who better stay away from my trombone. Fergus and Lucille, Mind Flare. Chi and Spirilius. Teacher's Aid, JFJ and Melody, the Supplier. Dawn and Yoko. Record Deal, Mayu and Romaz. Model Behavior, Idris and Katsumi. Christmas Movie, Alex, aka Buff Santa, and Anderson. Feathered Fashion, Nico and Natasha. Cursed Corpses, Michi and Skyland. Polarized Pink, Ben and Owen. Rabbit Trick, Huriko. Let Him Lin, David and Lynn. Killer, Shush, and Delta. Music Composition, Minata and Nayuki. Dating App, Aurora and Eva. Hit the Beach, Peggy, Juno. Drawn Together, Hana. And Hana. Locked Up, Takuto and Natsuki. Outdoor Funeral, Misaki and Tsuchiki. Robo Research, Ryu and Randobot, who have cultivated a worthwhile friendship. And last but not least, Game Theory, our tag team agents of chaos, Mimi and Natsuki. And I think without further ado, we gotta see what this episode's for. Man, if I could get like a jacket made out of like this instead, well, I probably could. I would have to like go to like an Etsy store and like be like, yeah, I want this. I want some pancakes on a jacket. I want one of those. That would be great. I've looked. There's not like one just naturally out there. I'm gonna get one made. You better believe I will. If I can find the fabric for it. We gotta see what this episode's about to be. Because as you know, Both the tag team champions and the singles champion for OCs are here, which means this could be a free-for-all, winner-take-all episode. It's happened before. Will it happen again? Let's find out. Let's bring up that wheel and see. That's a tag team one. There we go. There we go. In 3, 2, 1. 1 in 3 chance for both wheels independently to hit. Will they both hit is the real question. Will either hit is the real question. Let's spin first time. We're starting with Gloria for the singles title. Will Kyra, so soon after getting it, be forced to defend it in the OC free-for-all? Check it out. Oh boy. Usually that's where we would fade to black. However, it's not over yet. Reset the wheel. Because that's just Gloria. Crop Keepers, you're now getting targeted by Game Theory. In Game Theory, I see their strategy. More than likely holding on to the potential for chaos to reign. Holding on to that potential for chaos to reign. Because they wanted to ensure that they could get into the finale first. Now that they're in the finale, they have nothing to lose at this point. So let's see if they also want a little bit of chaos on their side. Will the tag team titles also be on the line? Will this be a winner-take-all scenario? We see. No. Surprisingly enough, the tag team titles go all the way. However, still one of them's on the line, so. Kyra. You might have a very short title reign, but I'll tell you what. You still could win. I'm not going to count you out yet, but the following matchup is scheduled for one fall. It is the OC free-for-all match, and it is solely for the Danganronpa Hunger Games OC Championship. And it all begins right here. Right now. So live chat, who do you got? Winner take all is not the case today, but a title is on the line, and, well, it's anybody's shot. Any single person here. Once again, the highest placing singles competitor from singles action who does not place onto that bracket, or has not placed onto the bracket, will go on. Tag teams will go on, but the winner of this game wins that OC title. Can Kyra retain in what would be a truly spectacular moment? That much I'm unsure about. I don't know if anyone's won their game and the free-for-all in the same season. Could today be a first? Kyra's got some work to do if they want to make that happen. Make your picks live chat, first, second, third. Go ahead and pick fourth and fifth too, because, you know, the titles are on the line. I'm gonna pick first, second, and third. Give me AV. I'm walking out with that OC championship. I've been OC tag team champion. I want the OC championship on my resume too. I'm gonna go into the Hall of Fame, baby. But while we're talking about the Hall of Fame, and I pick my other two picks first and foremost, give me Shush, and then also give me Randobot. I don't know, I got a soft spot for Randobot. But as I was saying, OC Hall of Fame, we take a step back and I have to say, oh yeah, the Hall of Fame is coming up. So we might as well hit that Hall of Fame music and say, oh, I actually gotta click the button. Hit that Hall of Fame music because, ladies and gentlemen, I've announced so many things for the Hall of Fame. All of my personal entries, because I get my personal entries, because it's my Hall of Fame, and then you guys do your voting, which is open right now in the fan voting for round 2 is still open at this point in time. However, that'll probably be pinned. Go and pin that, me. Go and do that. However, right now, it's about OCs. And I thought to myself, who deserves to have that recognition in the OC Hall of Fame? And I said, I gotta give my first pick to the one who started it all. Back on Thanksgiving Day so many years ago, Sammy won the first ever OC game, which sparked a revolution, won a game in preseason 2, I believe. And then from there onward, we had more OC episodes. We had the Danganronpa. We had a whole OC division after that, and now here we are today. And so we gotta recognize where it all began. First class, Sammy, congratulations to you. Hall of Famer, absolutely. But without further ado, we still got some more time to, not more time, we have to get this show on the road, rather. And you guys get to vote on who will be joining Sammy in the Hall of Fame to be a part of the first class of the... That's the wrong one, I forgot, we're in championship mode. One little page over, there we go. A part of the... Danganronpa Hunger Games first class for the Hall of Fame. Whew! Alright, I made my picks actually, and so have you. So do we actually need to play this music anymore? Do we just need to roll? Ticket to Paradise is in 13 days now, believe it or not. We actually only have, it was 2 weeks yesterday. It's, oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Today would be Sunday. We are closing in on Ticket to Paradise, so get excited for that too. And On the Beaten Path, which is done phenomenally, and you guys seem to always show up for it, and I'm very pleased for it. So if you haven't showed up to On the Beaten Path, go and stick your head in there one time. It's a lot of fun. we have fun on Fridays up until Ticket to Paradise. However, for right now, I think we're actually just ready to start this episode. Kyra, good luck. You gotta defend the OC title against all of these competitors. Let's see if you can do it. But to actually find out how many times we were simulating, you all know by now. And the only way to do that is to... let him in. Well, there we go. Hey, Asney, how you doing? Something weird happened? No, of course not. You must be tripping. It must be the excitement of the championship match going through your mind right now. Clearly nothing's wrong. Everything's great, and it'll only get better. Let's see how many times we are resimulating today for the championship. We got who? 4. So for the repairman, we will resimulate not 1 time, not 2 times, and heck, not even 3 times, but for the most phenomenal, the most fantastic, and perhaps even the spiciest of RNG, I do believe. For the OC Championship, we must go the full, not a full set, but it's like, you know, 2/3 of a full set. Look, 4 times is how many times we're simulating, and I'm about to hit this bad boy the 4th time. Let's do it. All of these OCs will do one last slow scroll through every single OC who competed this season, and Dave. And Dave. Here it is. Again and again, they all show up, and they are all ready, and they now know that this is truly important. One of these tag teams could walk out with one person with that OC title. I think it's time we find out. Hold on, I went a little fast at the end there. Let me give everybody their due. Everybody their due except for a certain gentleman. Everybody else, though, they get their due, and I love them to bits. Let's go ahead and let's proceed. It is the bloodbath, and as the tribute stand on their podiums, the horns, they thus sound, so horn bearers, please do what you do. They're sounding them. They're sounding them. Sounding the horns. Thank you, Horn Bears. We got a championship match on the line, so let's keep on keeping on as Hana steps off of the podium too soon and immediately blows up. That is truly unfortunate. Maybe Hana will carry on for the team though. Shad runs away from the cornucopia, as does Bite. Sylvanos arrives at the arena. His memory is completely wiped. The sole thing he can remember is his name. Kiyoshi stays at the cornucopia for resources. Scar runs away from the cornucopia. Lin snaps Misaki's neck. Misaki, no. Team still in the tag team finale, so not much online there, but you know, could have become OC champions. Berilius rises to the arena on a flying bison, very magical. Kara and Skyland fight each other, but accidentally end up killing one another. Well, that's terrible luck, Skyland. That's right up your alley. Takuto snatches a pair of size. Avi runs into the radio. I'm out of here. I see this cornucopia and I'm like, there's a lot of perishing happening already. I'm gonna dip. Panth takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Eva begins to bully Joey relentlessly. Michi grabs as many weapons as possible in case a one was rolled today. Helsing takes a shuckle from inside the cornucopia. Natsuki acts antisocial and refuses to introduce herself. Delta runs away from the cornucopia. David finds a torn photo of Ray within his pocket, the word friend scribbled on the back. Kyra finds a 64 pack of Crayola crayons inside the cornucopia. Idris refuses to believe that any of this is real. Melody runs away from the cornucopia. Romaz ignores the game and goes looking for food. Natasha rides into the arena on a flying bison as well. Fair enough. It's not exactly a bird, but I mean it flies. Felix strangles Ringo after engaging into a fist fight. Dang, rest in peace to Ringo. Mayumi runs away from the cornucopia. CeeLo takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Rose gathers as much food as she possibly can. Meiki is sick and tired of these reptiles. Grabs a hat, grabs a net, and joins Avi's animal control, baby. Rando runs away from the cornucopia. We love that Rando bot. Tigra severely slices Addy with a sword. Rest in peace. Gloria, Tsuchiki, and Katsumi work together to get as many supplies as humanly possible. Peggy and Anderson wrestle over a bag. Nika comes in, throws pocket sand at the both of them, allowing him to snatch the bag with ease. Satsushi convinces Gentleman Thomas, JFJ, Shush, Lucille, and Arya to boycott the killing game. Fergus runs away from the cornucopia. Dawn is sick and tired of these reptiles as well and joins Avi's animal control, baby. Natsuki grabs Daruma by the leg and smashes her against the ground repeatedly. By the time she finishes, Daruma has been completely pulverized. That don't sound too good. Squid runs away from the cornucopia. Juno grabs a honey glazed ham. That sounds delicious. I could go for one of those. Yoko smashes the healing potion over Momochi's head, simultaneously damaging and healing her. Legault and Badru fall in love at first sight. Aurora ignores the opening assembly and plays video games with Nathan instead. Hana and Owen, oh no, invite Minata, Chi, Dave, Amber, Rosaka, Murasaki, Koemi, and Mimi to a party. A super kick party. Hana and Owen hit everyone with some sweet chin music, one after another, their legs so powerful that they kick everyone's heads clean off. One half of the tag team champions, gone. One half of the Agents of Chaos, gone. So many other people, gone. But we must go on, and we see Ryu running away from the cornucopia. Ben runs away as well. Kiki and Akiho comparing the knives that they found. Alex comes in with a spoon, gets laughed at. Nunzio runs away from the cornucopia. Pinto runs away as well. Mayu enters the arena via skydiving. Unfortunately, the parachute didn't open, and Mayu falls on top of Buff Santa, killing them both. Rest in peace, but Hiriko runs away from the cornucopia. Opal grabs a jar of fishing bait while Ashi gets the fishing gear. Kazuya finds a teleporter and teleports her to space. Yikes, Kazuya will not be getting her title back then. Rest in peace to Kazuya. Momo runs away from the cornucopia. Nayuki runs away from the cornucopia, and Kagami clutches a first aid kit and runs away. We will proceed. It is now day one as Kagami also wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. There's a couple that are pretty canon. Felix starts to go insane after losing his teammate. Mayumi has drip. You know what? Not for nothing. I didn't like, clearly my brain doesn't think in functions of drip, but I did think that this OC was rather stylish. Squid is the best there is. That's a lie. The best there was. That's a lie. And gosh darn it, it's such a lie, I'm not even gonna read the third part. Melody stabs Ben with a skewer, then hides the weapon and some meat on the bone. Rest in peace to Ben. Lucille camouflages themselves in the bushes. Meki sets up an ice cream stand. Nunzio joins as Meki's faithful assistants. Dawn, Panth, and Ashi hold an intervention from my pancake addiction. I'm not going to show up because I don't have one. Oh, okay, look, like, because I'm wearing this pancake blanket does not mean that I have a pancake addiction. If anyone has the addiction, it's Paul, the pancake gremlin. He's got the real addiction. Foolishness, I can't believe you guys. Continue, please. Avi and Opal awkwardly kiss underneath the mistletoe. Legault, Tiger, and Rose track down and kill Lynn. Rest in peace. Natsuki signs a petition to change American Yeetball to football. Alex is exposed to Gloria's sensitivity aura, causing her to become a little bit more emotional. Nayuki starts to hang mistletoe in the arena, but Natasha swoops in, snaps her arm, burns that mistletoe. Eva receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Idris finds a stash of pancakes that I hypothetically hinted at. However, we haven't seen one of these in a little bit, have we? No, we saw one like really recently. These happen all the time. Like Shad, Akiho, JFJ, Owen, Yoko, and Arya are forced to play the majority game. Arya received the most votes, but unfortunately for the others, she was the sacrifice, so everyone else got executed. She chose Yoko, however, not to be executed. Excellent. We'll proceed though, because we got a little bit more to get through. As Katsumi receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Ryu overhears Scar and Momo talking in the distance. Michi wants to drive up to Makidanos to get an ice cream. The ice cream machine is actually working. Who would have thunk? Nathan finds some arrows and a bow, but upon checking his supplies, he grabbed a fishing rod instead. How unlucky. This must be a little bit of a mismatch. Nathan, I'll write you down anyway. Why not? Hana is writing a Danganronpa rewrite where Shush is the protagonist, Bite is the antagonist, and Gentleman Thomas is the mastermind. Sounds about right. Gentleman Thomas trying to mastermind people in the rematches? Ridiculous. Romas asks Shuchiki if he likes boats. Shuchiki going on a tirade about how much he loves boats. Romas kills Shuchiki as he's rambling. Rest in peace. Aurora and Peggy awkwardly kiss underneath the mistletoe. Anderson asks for Hiriko's axolotl. Hiriko actually takes off their hat. From their hat, pulls out a bucket, and there's an axolotl inside. Kiyoshi, baby! Delta starts a cult. Fergus, Joey, and Kyra, and Kiki happily join. It's the cult of Personnel Kiki. I like that. Natsuki almost falls off a cliff, but is able to earthbend her way to safety. Satsushi and Momochi are sitting in a tree. Killing Sylvanos. Don't love to see that. Rest in peace to June. Silo rather. Smells a rat. Nico punches Randobot off of a cliff, screaming, "Punch Club forever!" to the heavens. Rest in peace to Rando. Takuto. Once, he didn't give Waffles a chance. I don't like that. Pinto is not funny, has never been funny, never will be funny. I don't know, I think it's a fun little cat right there. I think that's pretty funny. David is so excited about his super weapon that will take over the arena that he wrote a whole song about it. Sounds like the repairman is slowly taking over the arena. Sounds good to me. Sporilius signs a petition to change American Yeetball to football. Ray sets up an ice cream stand. Helsing joins as Ray's faithful assistant. June decides to lend Avi a hand, kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. Thank you very much. And Badru sips on some apple cider. We'll proceed. We lost 27. 27. We did have a couple big time events. One super kick party and one majority vote gone wrong. But we still have plenty more to get through after this. Saddest of all moments for Hana, Misaki, Kara, Skyland, Ringo, Addie, Daruma, Minata, Chi, Dave, Amber, Rosaka, Murasaki, Koemi, Mimi, Mayu, Buff Santa, Kaslia, Ben, Lynn, Shad, Akia, JFJ, Owen, Tsuchiki, Sylvanos, Randobot. Well, things were a little rough. We kind of lost 30, but we have a bunch of OCs, but we're still down to like 60. We had a bunch. We had a good chunk this season, but we got 59 left. And you know what? For a first round, that sounds about as violent as I expect for first rounds for your OCs, because they typically aren't too kind. Typically not too kind, but we still have so much more time to go. No new champ alert because Kyra's trying so hard to defend. Even joined a cult trying to maybe potentially gain some allies. Will Kyra be able to do it? Will Kyra be able to retain in such a massive episode? Let's scroll down, let's proceed, and we will see. The night one begins as Avi the ultimate jinx. That's me. Comments on how well Spirlis is doing. Badru walks up to Spirlis and says, that's rough, buddy. Hiriko wins an Adult's Choice Award, then she's hunted down by the Warriors of Hope for being a filthy demon. They killed a fantastic magician, how could you? Natasha, Ryu, and Felix look for more people to become friends with. Ashi and Delta become best friends after their shared love of 17th century sea shanties. Tigra sings Hana a lullaby, and goodnight. Melody sets up a rival store for Avi's Wares and Despairs. I'll remember that. Kyra sings a lullaby to Arya. Michi is so desperate to kill Sayaka this game that, well, Sayaka's not in this game, but you know what? Create that clone killer. I appreciate that. I respect that. Pinto finds an etch a sketch and shows Anderson the portrait he made for Satsushi? Pinto was cheating on Anderson with Satsushi all along? Pinto, how could you? I never would have thought. Mayumi receives yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Don slices in Nathan's eyes and Nathan is now blind. Helsing is just Squid's split personality given form. I don't know how I feel about that. Squid's split personality is a vampire hunter? He's gonna have to take that up with some people. Rose starts a dance party. Nico, Juno, and Peggy join in. A good time was had by all. Scar gets distracted. Idris finds a sleeping Natsuki laying on the ground. Idris waves that hand right in front of the face. Waves it. Dust off that shoulder. Falls. Punches Natsuki right in the face. Fergus sings a romantic song to Avi. When the two begin to lean in for a tender kiss, Fergus notices David filming them, which makes Fergus shout at David. Gentleman Thomas commits tax evasion just like the villain and the criminal that he is. Undeserving of a rematch of any kind. Mickey. Finds a lovely bikini and Squire revealing. This awakens something inside of Kiki. Kagami finds a big red button, presses it immediately as if she had a death wish, nuts. Well, much to her disappointment, the button don't do a thing. Ibuki graces Katsumi and Romas for the rest of the game. Kiyoshi and Takuta invite Eva, Natsuki, Joey, Nunzio, Alex, Yoko, Ray, and Shush to a super kick party. Kiyoshi and Takuro hit everyone with sweet chin music one after another all through the night, but nobody's head flies clean off. Everyone's safe. Lucille tried to set up a trap, unfortunately ends up trapping themselves. Bite, Gloria, and Nayuki spend all night making a treehouse together. The end product's not very good. Fair enough, but the important thing is that they worked on it together, correct? Unlike what happened down here, as Pipe just severely slices Momo with a sword. But, you know, the sword and Panther, the important thing is that those two work together, right? No, rest in peace to Momo. CeeLo and Legault take some pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to sleep for the night. Momochi and Opal huddle together for warmth, and Aurora has no more motivation as we go to day 2. Romance smacks the taste right out of Ryu's mouth. Arya bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Rest in peace to Arya. Aurora plays chess with death and wins. Natasha, Natsuki, and Kyra get into a fight. The champ triumphantly kills them both. She says, not yet. I am not ready to let go of this title yet. Squid and Helsing, the split personality duo, fight Satsushi and Peggy. Satsushi and Peggy. Satsushi and Peggy survive. Rest in peace to Squid and his split personality Helsing. Rose and Kiyoshi work together to toss Nathan's items into lava. Gentleman Thomas discovers a cave, probably a very criminal cave. It's the Gentleman Cave, the most criminal cave of them all. Bite sees a completely pale Michi washed ashore. Bite revives her with CPR, but doesn't stop when Michi regains consciousness. Eva hunts for other tributes. Badru, Tigra, and Yoko hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I'm not going to show up, no. Why would I? Yoko's there. That's direct competition. Legault grabs a table. The audience cheers in excitement. It would seem that Fergus and Melody have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Juno draws Among Us. Momochi works for Avi's Wares and Despairs. You'd better believe it. And is sick and tired of so many people defecting Yoko's items of misfortune, so she burns it down. Huh. Luckily, Glory, who works their blood, and oh, I can't believe that, Glory. Working for the competition. Broad Insurance just there last week. Unfortunately, Mayumi, Nayuki, Ray, CeeLo, and Panth all got burned alive. Momochi considers this a win. I mean, you know, that's what you get for shopping at Yoko's, you guys. You get burned to the ground. You know what you don't get when you shop at Avi's? Well, I mean, that place also burns to the ground a lot. Look. No matter where you go, you're gonna get burned to the ground, so you might as well come to Avi's Wares and Despairs. Am I right or am I right, right? Spurlius goes on a serial balloon popping spree. Opal finds a bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. Well, wait, hold on. There's the wrong simulator for that, Opal. We'll let it slide. Nunzio diverts Meki's attention and runs away. Shoosh! Sees a completely pale David wash ashore, revives him with CPR, doesn't stop when David regains consciousness. Joey receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Hana wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Katsumi sits down to Hana and has a talk with her. Nico trips over their own 2 feet. How unlucky misstep for Nico. Don't mind if I do. Nico's gonna step into action. Or perhaps misstep into action, we'll see. Anderson, Takuto, Ashi, and Delta play cards. How delightful. Idris sees a first aid kit from the comment section. Lucille also gets that first aid kit. Kagami, unknown sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends. Felix put... Alright, I thought I had the intro already, but that's the intro. Alright, let me make it very intro-worthy. Felix put cat ears on Pinto. Well, he is actually kind of cute. I mean, yeah, I mean, nothing has changed. Kiki, Don, Alex, track down and chill with Avi. You know, it's a pretty vibing time. And Scar reaches her hand towards the screen. The watcher isn't safe. Run. Unless there's an arena event, which there isn't, right? There isn't. Right. We lost 12. We are starting to dwindle down. We're getting closer and closer to that. Are we at the halfway point? We're about there. As we hit the saddest of all moments, 4. Hiriko, Momo, Aria, Natasha, Natsuki, Squid, Helsing, Mayumi, Nayuki, Rei, Sela, Panth. Singles title on the line, but it is no new champ alert yet. District 1 stars Legault and Nathan. District 1-3 has Bite. Kiki, Pinto, Tigra, and Scar all remain from the second row. However, on the contrast, Satsushi is the only person remaining from the third row. After them, Alex, Ashi, the champ is still here, Kyra, and Kiyoshi are all remaining from that row. Rose, Nunzio, Badru, and Momochi all stand tall from this row, and next row sees Opal, Meki, and Joey. And the champ, for the tag team action, Felix is still hanging out there, but our singles OC Agent of Chaos, Gloria, wants the title. And could get it. We'll have to wait and see. This entire row minus Chi is still in. Melody, Dawn, Yoko, and Roma still remain. Nico, Anderson, Katsumi, and Idris still hanging in there. Michi is still here, and someone else, but we won't mention that. David, Shoosh, and Delta still there. Aurora, Eva, Peggy, Juno, and Hana, who has 8 KOs, my goodness, hanging in there. Takuto, Ryu, still here, and last but not least, Natsuki, one half of the tag team Agents of Chaos. What will unfold? Heck if I know, but we gotta find out, we gotta proceed as we control F. We do indeed have 47 remaining, so that's still twice the size, just under twice the size rather, of a standard size game. We'll proceed onward to see Eva is caught simping for Badru, but Katsumi was already simping for Badru and kills Eva out of spite. Rest in peace to Eva. Scar thinks that she's the protagonist. In actuality, Gloria is the protagonist and Scar is the quirky comic relief character. Alex sets off an explosive, taking out Joey and Kiki. Rest in peace to the both of them. However, did you ever just go feral? Fergus did, and now Takuto's dead because of it. Terrifying. Stay away from my trombone. Rest in peace to Takuto, as Nathan works for both Avi's Wares and Despairs and Yoko's Items and Misfortunes because he is in extreme debt. Hana loves all of the V3 survivors equally. Maki, Himiko, and Saki, right? The plant? Yeah, must be, that sounds about right. Yoko watches as a new mischief of rats runs by. Yoko runs off before they get any ideas. Michi and David start kicking Idris for unknown reasons. The Legault finishes his nighttime coffee before joining in. Kyra finds a big red button, decides to leave it be. Pinto, yes, queen! Kiyoshi dyes his hair blue. Well, alright Kiyoshi, what shade are you going for? AV hugs Gentleman Thomas, but Gentleman Thomas doesn't like it and kills him for it. You know, I just wanted to be friends, Gentleman Thomas. Hold on, put me on the, give me my suspense music, because now I'm a little bit furious. Where is it? Perhaps I just wanted to be friends. Can you fault me for wanting to hug someone who wanted to be friends with me? And then I was murdered for it. Is that something that friends do? No, I don't think so. I'm starting to think that Gentleman Thomas isn't very friendly. I don't think Gentleman Thomas has ever been very friendly. I think Gentleman Thomas has been an eyesore on OC competition. I think he's been an eyesore on the channel since the day that he requested a rematch and rudely proclaimed afterwards that I was rude. And then has the audacity to kill me. Gentleman Thomas, you are walking on thin ice. Remember this moment, Gentleman Thomas. Remember this moment. But hey, let's go on. Let's proceed. Nunzio thinks about home. Sure does. Ryu severely slices Ashi with a sword. Peggy submits an application to join the squad. Momochi snatches the application from out of her hand and rips it up. Aurora grabs a kitchen knife, hopefully it's just for self-defense. Ibuki graces Nico and Kagami for the rest of the game. Anderson finds Lola's bikini, puts it on. It's quite revealing this awakens something inside of Rose. Satsushi prays to Atua that she makes it out of here alive with minimal bloodshed, of course. The ghostly howls of wolves wake up Roma's. Juno somehow steals every item in Meki's camp without being noticed. Felix becomes Spirilis's emergency food. Opal grabs a dumbbell, starts working out. Natsuki looks up at the nighttime sky. Dawn starts a factory that mass produces Mitsuzo. Is that a threat? Bite brags to Tiger that he has 70 alternative accounts. Shoosh walks barefoot across a carpet of Legos, going against all logic and reason. He powers through the pain, reaches the other side. Lucille submits an application to join the squad. Delta actually snatches it, rips it up out of their hands as well. Melody caught a glimpse of the elusive Mama Kuma. They were just saying things, right? I'm not sure, but as we proceed, it is day 3 in Aurora. Eats cheese puffs. Melody finds AV's boxing gloves. You get boxing in their hands are now ready to eat for everybody. Satsushi discovers a cave. Nunzio plants flowers around Anderson's grave. Anderson simply screams from behind him, "Hello? I'm still alive." Nunzio simply says, "For now." Lucille, Momochi, and Legault band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Dawn violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. Bite performs the Norian tradition of making Rose close 5 minutes after they meet. They've probably met before. David confesses how much he has come to hate Idris. Idris kills David with his own weapon. Goodness gracious. Katsumi, Scar, Ryu, and Natsuki, and Pinto hunt for their tributes. Opal has drip. Michi gets smashed in the head with a crowbar by Badru. Oh my gosh. Kyra finds a water gun, fills it up with holy water, fires it at Roma's, getting him wet. Gloria dies of dysentery, rest in peace. Kiyoshi starts a cult. Meki, Spirilius, Juno, and Fergus happily join. Peggy grabs a table. The audience cheers in excitement. Delta does the same. Cheers of excitement. Alex gets a knife, however, from an unknown sponsor. Gentleman Thomas, Nico, Hana, and Nathan talk about their hobbies. Kagi is ready for the year of the Tigra, and Yoko RKO shoosh out of nowhere off a cliff. Surprisingly, Yoko survives, and it is indeed a quiet Claire de Lune, isn't it? Not even a Claire de Lune. For our fallen 11, bringing us down to 36. It's a terrible turnabout. No, it's a saddest of all moments for Eva, Joey, Kiki, Takuto, Avi, Ashi, Felix, David, Michi, Gloria, Shoosh. I think I've calmed down a little bit. I haven't. I'm brimming with an intense rage that compares only to the hot intensity of 1,000 suns. Legault and Nathan are still here with Bite. Pinto, Tiger, and Scar remain. Satsushi is here as well. Alex, our champion, still trying to hold on to that title with Kiyoshi. Rose still hanging in there with Nunzio and Badru and Momochi. Opal and Meki hanging in there. This entire row is gone though. Kagami for gold team. Precious Metal Leader's completely in. Mind Flare still has Spirilius. Teacher's Aid has Melody. Supplier still has Dawn and Yoko. They're both still in. Record Deal still has Romaz. Model Behavior is completely in. Christmas we have Anderson. Feathered Fashion still has Nico. For all intents and purposes, this whole row's completely out. Killer still has Delta. Dating app still has Aurora. Hit the Beach completely in. Drawn together with Hana, those AKOs unchanging so far. Robo Research has Ryu all alone, but still has the memory of Randobot to keep him company. And Natsuki remains for Game Theory as we have 36 competitors left. Shall we proceed? Because at this point, everyone has a 1 in 36 chance of becoming the OC champion. Let's do it. Let's head in. Let's proceed, and we will see. Night 3. Think quickly. Alex constructs a gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Aurora goes to the dog shelter and lets all the dogs out, so it was she who did it. Badru finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Katsumi uses fireworks which she found to distract Natsuki and Nunzio. Nunzio is only pretending to be distracted, so when Katsumi walks up to kill them, he kills her, saving himself and Natsuki both from death. Satsushi reloads her shotgun with a physical form of malicious murderous intent. I feel that, Satsushi, I feel that. Opal attempts to climb a tree but falls on Lucille, killing them both. Rest in peace. Nathan has a fever dream while asleep. He wakes up to Kyoko standing over them. Kagami and Kiyoshi exercise underneath the stars. They invite Spirlius, who promptly murders the both of them without witnesses. My gosh. Melody unknowingly eats toxic berries. Delta panics, tries to cure Melody, and succeeds. Meki and, Fins roll Maz, Legold, and Dawn away from his fire. Pinto grabs a kitchen knife. Hopefully it's just for self-defense. Bite finds a sleeping Idris laying on the ground, hits that 5-knuckle shuffle. Juno, Ryu, and Peggy play a game of Monopoly. Juno loses all of his properties, flips the game board over. Hana and Kyra sing some show tunes together. Nico, Gentleman Thomas, Tigra, and Scar get together to form a rock band. Outside of Gentleman Thomas, that'd be a pretty neat rock band, I'll tell you what. Rose enters Fergus's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Momochi buys a plush of Yoko, cuddles with it, and Kotoka introduces Anderson to her long-lost twin, Kotoka, as we go to day 4. Kyra sees Pinto, the cat, holding a meeting with a demon, a TV head, and nobody in particular. Anderson receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Fergus becomes spherical. Spherical! Alex lays on the ground watching the blood falling from Tsuchishi being murdered by, oh my gosh, Meki painting the scene crimson. Tigra finds a slingshot, fires it at Idris with such precision it kills him. Momochi discovered a river. Listen here, Aurora does not like Scar. She's gonna bark at her now. Bark bark, woof woof, Juno. Reminisces about Season 3. You know, this one, I know that this is a reference, but the way that we use Bark on this channel, she really likes Scar. Romast searches for all the AV clones that he hasn't met yet. Badru, Nico, and Yoko hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. But because they are all entirely confused on what an intervention is, they just buy me a bunch of pancakes, which, I'll be frank, sounds pretty dope to me. So dope, in fact, that I'm giving them all entry into the... Ooh, Yoko's gonna be in there. I'll give them all entry into the World Pancake Championship matchup. Nico could not only become the first 2-time World Pancake Champion, I mean, that's about it. that's about it. Yep. And Badru, yep. Sounds good to me, just like Legold. Doesn't actually sound good because he's just tripping and falling on a comic book banana peel. He actually falls off of a cliff. That's actually really not good for him. Ryu makes a deal with Nathan for a moment. Peggy thought she saw Junko and Omama. Obviously, she was just seeing things. Right? Natsuki hates how she acted in the past, discussing about what she did in the past. Natsuki wants to move past this phase in her life and become a better person. Delta feels like there's a duck watching him. Dawn poisons Hana's drink. She drinks it and dies. Rest in peace to Hana and Rose. Rose! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world-famous all-season-long tag team champions and feel the power. Crop Keepers. Yes, it is. As Nunzio pushes Spirlius off of a cliff during a wizard fight, we are actually done for the day. We slide right in. We slide real easy to 10 more gone, 26 remaining, and the saddest of all moments for Katsumi, Opal, Lucille, Kagami, Kiyoshi, Satsushi, Idris, Legault, Hana, Spirlius. Well, you do hate to see it. Just like you hate to see 26 remaining. I mean, you don't hate to see 26 remaining, but you know what you are interested in seeing? Nathan and Bite, the only 2 members on that first row. Pinto Tigra, and Scar, the only members on that third row. This row's been up for a minute, but here in row 4, we still see Kyra has so far survived the pack. The odds become greater and greater that she can retain that championship, but she's still got a long way to go. Alex is also back. Rose is hanging in there, as well as Nunzio and Badru. Momochi, 6 KOs to her name. Started off with some kicking. Wants to win this whole thing. Meki is still here as well. As we scroll down, Ferg is still remaining for the Precious Metal Leaders. Teacher's Aid. The Supplier still has Dawn and Yoko. Record Deal still has Romaz. Christmas Movie has Anderson. Feathered Fashion has Nico. Delta remains for Killer. Dating App has Aurora. Hit the Beach has Peggy and Juno. Robo Research has Ryu. And Game Theory still lasting with Natsuki. But we're getting down to the point where we're going to have to start paying attention to who's already on the bracket and who needs to get there. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up those lists real quick because I don't have them up on hand. They are here, 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 and here. And we'll go through that next round and see just who needs it the most, who's going to get there. But for right now, we can just go through the next round because I got a feeling woohoo, that we're going to get some places quick. So let's proceed. Because the singles title is also still on the line, let's proceed and see what unfolds as Meki shoots a poisonous blow dart into Badru's neck, slowly killing him. Juno has a fever dream while sleeping, wakes up to Kyoko standing over them. Momochi, Romaz, Melody, and Peggy have a friendly game of Uno, which Melody wins. Anderson chases Gentleman Thomas, Rose and Pinto trying to enforce a curfew. Natsuki signs a petition to change American football to Heat Ball. Ryu receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Scar sings a romantic song to Kyra when the two lean in for a tender kiss. Scar notices Tigra filming them, which makes Scar shout at Tigra. Aurora edits the description of this video. Probably something about love. Bite also edits the description of this video. Alex, stop, get some help. Nunzio stabs Nathan in the back with a trident. Dawn quietly humps. Nico's unknown sponsor is AV. Do I sense some bias here? I mean, you're a former pancake champion. Why is everyone editing my video description this episode? Why? Get out of here, Yoko. Don't do that. Delta finds a Dark Deva, befriends it, and Fergus attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. I was gonna say fairly calm day. We did lose a couple of OCs. We lost Badru. We lost Nathan. Was it just the 2? It might have just been the 2. Let's keep going and see if things are still kind of okay. I see a majority vote down there, and that's not going to be okay. Mochi and me, we go way back. Fergus received a gift from her secret admirer. Oh god, that's repulsive. Romaz does a sick kickflip, however. Melody uses her signature move to kill Kyra. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyra, you had one heck of a ride. And you could get your title back in the finale because you are there, but for right now it is indeed, say it with me, a new champ alert. Well done, Kyra, you made it so far. And these guys are not gonna make it quite as far, at least 4 of them won't, because it's a vote. Aurora, Yoko, Scar, Natsuki, Bite, and Tiger are forced to play the majority game. Tiger received the most votes, but unfortunately for the others, she was a sacrifice, so everyone else got executed. She chose Bite not to be executed. Who would have thunk? And this is where we start to really dwindle because we're seeing a lot of people get gone as we proceed. Like Pinto using a cactus to kill Alex, Meki putting on a pair of radical shades. Says a one-liner, puts on a second pair of radical shades on top of the first pair. His coolness levels are so high that Anderson dies from exposure. Nico chews too much gum and dies of horrible stomach pains. Juno wants me to give Waffles a chance. Juno, no. Delta sees completely pale. Ryu watches Sora unmoving, revives him with CPR. Delta, I feel like, is just saving a lot of people this episode. And Peggy, Dawn, Nunzio, Gentleman Thomas, and Rose look for other people to kill. We lost another 10. That brings us down to a solid 16. Next night we'll probably see the feast coming in. But for right now, it's the saddest of all moments for Badru, Nathan, Kyra, the champion, Aurora, Yoko, Scar, Natsuki, Alex, Anderson, and Nico. So in terms of getting to the finale as we go back, we see Robo Research already there. We're just starting at the bottom and going up. Hit the Beach does need this. They need this. Killer does not need this. Record Deal, they do need this. No, they don't. Record Deal does not need this. I'm just blind. Record Deal's already in. The Supplier does need it. Teacher's Aid doesn't need it. The Precious Metal Eaters do need it. So right now, I think it's a triple threat between Hit the Beach, the Supplier, and Precious Metal Eater for that final spot in the bracket. Who's gonna take it though? That's the real question. As we scroll up towards singles, however, Meki needs it. No, Meki doesn't need it. I'm blind. Momochi does not need it. Nunzio needs it. Nunzio does need it, surprisingly enough. Rose does not need it. As we scroll all the way up, I know Tiger doesn't need it, Pinto doesn't need it, and Bite doesn't need it. So easy answer so far, Nunzio gets the spot. Because every other competitor for singles action is actually already in. So congratulations to Nunzio. However, we have a match to watch between the Precious Metal Eaters Fergus. We have the Supplier Dawn, and we have all of Hit the Beach. Whichever one of those three teams places, whichever one of those teams places the highest, that team will go on to the finale. Who's it gonna be? I'm not sure, but we gotta proceed to find out. We got 16 left, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we have 16 left. Let's find out who it is. Let's proceed. Hit the Beach, the Supplier, Precious Metal Eaters, we're watching you. One of you will be going on. And as we go on, Bite confesses his love for Dawn. Dawn gives him a look of disapproval. Maki grabs Melody by the throat. Tiger dyes her hair black. Might not be a bad look. Pinto, who works at Yoko's, is sick and tired of Avi's, people from Avi's burning it down, so you burn down Avi's wares and despairs. That's not okay. Unfortunately for them, this puts them on the squad's radar, who hunt down and kill Pinto. The squad takes no responsibility for that. But, like, you shouldn't have burned down the store. Momochi thinks she's the protagonist. In actuality, Peggy's the protagonist and Momochi's the antagonist. I remark on how Komodos haven't been seen in a hot second. Right as I say that, a bank of Komodos attacks and kills Delta. My bad. Romaz pays Nunzio 500 mana coins to kill him, medieval style, via the rats. Rose finds some bows, arrows, quivers, but upon checking her supplies, it was actually a fishing rod. That's not good. That's a little mismatch, however. I don't think that's going to really matter too much for Rose, because Rose will not find herself in tag team action, but I'll write it down anyway. You never know. I mean, I do know, but I'll write it down anyway. Fergus gets a hold of my soundboard and is killed for breaking the fourth wall. Fergus so close, but is out of this one. Juno breaks Minecraft rule number 1. Dig straight down, does not find lava, finds diamond shockingly. Meki lets Ryu into a shelter. And Gentleman Thomas is drinking hot chocolate. So good, Gentleman Thomas doesn't stop until he dies from a sugar overdose. Man, hot chocolate's about to be up there on my list of good things to enjoy. Pancakes, hot chocolate, man, hot chocolate has never looked so good. Boom, boom. But we also have the feast and the cornucopia, which will put us with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Juno falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Juno is on, or rather is gone, so it's between Peggy and Dawn. Which one will survive longest? Meki, Tigra, and Bite confront each other, but they all just slowly avoid each other. Not wanting to avoid, not wanting conflict. Melody snaps Ryu's neck. Dawn decides not to attend the feast. Momochi severely injures Rose, but puts her out of her misery, and Nunzio and Peggy get into a fight over Rami, but Nunzio gives up and runs away. Nunzio and Dawn. Not Nunzio, gosh darn it. Peggy and Dawn, both still in for their teams. We'll proceed one more again. As we go to day 6, Nunzio is tied up and forced to listen to Bite's monologue about himself. Nunzio dies of boredom. We're getting real close to the end here. Dawn sets up an ice cream stand. Momochi joins as Dawn's faithful assistant. Peggy impales a Melody with a machete. Tigra Bebe, and Meki was crushed by a falling anvil. Oh my gosh, it is Bite, it is Dawn, it is Momochi, and it is Peggy, and it is Tigra. We'll proceed unless there's a new event. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's over or not. I'm not gonna look yet. But I can say. It's time for musical chairs. As the music begins to play, steel chairs are placed all over the arena. Anyone who's in on a chair. When the music stopped, will be eliminated. Momochi spots a chair at the bottom of the cliff, jumps off of the cliff, but misses the chair. Yikes. Tigra finds a chair, sits on it. Dawn, Bite sit on a chair at the exact same time, and Peggy can't find a chair anywhere, is forced to face elimination, which means Dawn and Yoko will grab that final spot via the free-for-all episode that is on the bracket. Congratulations to the supplier. We'll proceed again though, because we are now down to Tigra, Dawn, and Bite in this triple threat for the OC Championship after this the saddest of all moments, in fact. 4. Pinto, Delta, Romaz, Fergus, Juno, Ryu, Rose, Nunzio, Melody, Meki, Momochi, Peggy. 3 competitors, 1 brand new to the competition, 2 have been here for a little bit. However, they know what's on the line. One thing and one thing alone, and that is the OC Championship. So, without further ado, it's your final 3, but it's still time for you to make some new picks if you need them. You might, and if you do, let's make them your Saving Grace picks. It is your final 3, and I can say so much about them. Bite. Bite has had a journey, a very interesting journey indeed to this point. I didn't think we'd see Bite, but there's Bite. Who would have thunk? Standing there. Could be OC champion. Standing in Bite's way though, Tigra. It is the Tigra Valentine. Won for the first time last season. Won again this season. In the course of 2 seasons, could Tigra pick up 3 victories, 1 being in the free-for-all and 4 the OC Championship? That's a possibility. However, brand new to the competition, the supplier in Dawn had Yoko as a partner. Maybe they strategized, and that strategy is working, because right now they are going on to the tag team finale, but Dawn could walk out as singles champion today. And those are your final 3. What is it gonna be? There might even be like there's probably not a poll yet because it's not your final 2, but it's Bite, it's Tigra, and it is Dawn. Make your saving grace picks for now in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the live chat in the comments. Go ahead and make them. I'm gonna make them right now. I'm gonna take Tigra for 1st. It's just a gut instinct. I think Tigra's walking out of this one OC champion. For 2nd, I'm gonna take Bite. I think Bite might just come close, but just so far. Usually people who are associated with a certain entity, that happens a lot to them, but don't worry. Everything will change. The power grows by the day, but that leaves Dawn in 3rd. But I'm fine with any combination of these 3 as long as it's anybody but Gentleman Thomas, because, oh boy, don't like that guy. Those are your final 3. We do have to skip Samurai Woman, because Bite, Tigra, and Dawn are all caught in what we like to call within our final 5. This final 3 in championship action of Golden Crises of Fate. Will this end this round? When I click proceed, will we have a new OC champion? Let's see. We don't, but we are down to 2. Bite simps for tables. Tigra doesn't understand why, and Dawn dies from hypothermia. Very close, Dawn, in your very first season, in your very first free-for-all. You came up, you came clutch for your team and earned you guys a spot. But more importantly, you showed off, and people know your name now. However, it is now a 1v1. It is Bite versus Tigra. And I have to ask you guys, who will it be? Bite? Tigra. As I said, Tigra been here since the very beginning of OC action. Could have a full moment, one for the first time back last season, one in her episode qualifier this season as well. Could win against every OC today and become OC champion. However, on the other side, we see Bite who is a TV head. Once deplorable, but now, under new leadership, downright spectacular. Bite could do something fantastic today. But will that happen? I'm unsure. Is Bite, who has had fortune in the past, but will Bite become OC champion in the present? It's Tigra. It is Bite, and because we are here in Brand Steel, I have to provide you with the options. It could be both, or it could be neither. So, once again, I must ask you, Bite, Tigra, both, neither. We see it all ends as Tigra cannot handle the circumstances and commits a murder. Bite's body is found in a lake. Just earlier today, I said I'm not sure if anyone had won their episode and then went on to also win the free-for-all. That changes. Somebody has done that today. And what a free-for-all it is, because it was for the OC Championship. Let it be known that as we proceed, it is all over. And is the one and only terrible turnabout of the episode. 4. Dawn. Bite. And so, it's a hearty congratulations. As we proceed, we'll even see everybody's statuses. All are gone but one. We'll proceed, and it is with a great honor, I can say, that your winner won her qualifier last season, won her qualifier this season, and this season also wins the free-for-all. But more importantly, Chaos reigned. And because Chaos reigned, walking into the OC finale, not only as Tigra Valentine, walking in as your new Danganronpa Hunger Games OC champion. She came, she saw, she conquered. Now holding gold, been here since the very first OC episode. One more time. Your winner and new OC champion, Tigra Valentine. By the power that is pancakes, congratulations to Tigra. District 1-5. It all ends here. One more again, congratulations, the new, wait for it, your new OC champion, Tigra. We gotta take a step back though. In this massive game of 86, we gotta give a little bit of love to finishing off in 24th, the previous OC champion, Kyra. Second game ever, almost. I mean, did pretty well in terms of a title opportunity with 86 people. Came up very close, couldn't quite get the job done. But Kyra, I acknowledge you, but right now we must acknowledge your new OC champion, Tigra. And we can bring up those final brackets, because these ones are now full. How full are they? They are quite full, I suppose. Nobody's ever asked me how full they are, but they are complete. As you see now, Tiger was already there, but Nunzio, who placed highest in terms of OCs that are not already on the bracket, is on the bracket. And thanks to Don placing third for the team of the supplier, Yoko and Don find their way into the tag team finale bracket as well. What a matchup. Truly spectacular. I enjoyed it. It was a great free-for-all. As we scroll down, let's try and forget that I murdered a cat. Bite was in second, Dawn was in third, Peggy fourth, Momochi in fifth, Meki in sixth, Melody seventh, Nuzio eighth, Rose ninth, and rounding off your top 10, Ryu, who lost Randobot very early on, but the power of friendship allowed him to survive for so long. Randobot got 60th place, but we're gonna go through everybody real quick because it's the OC free-for-all, and these were your lovely submissions, so we gotta give them all a little bit more shine. Juno, 11th, I take back, we have to give all of them except for one a little bit more shine. Fergus is in 13th, Romaz in 14th, Delta 15th, Pinto in 16th, Nico, Anderson, Alex, Natsuki, Scar, Yoko, Aurora. Former champion Kyra has a shot at the chance on getting the title back, rather. Could quickly in one season become a 2-time champion. Could Kyra do it? Nathan in 25th, Badru, Spirilius, Hana, Legault, Idris, Satsushi, and let me say, like, once again, top 30 in a big game like this, impressive. You gotta give props to everybody in that top 30. Satsushi 31st, Kyoshi, Kagami, Lucille, Opal, Katsumi, Shush, Gloria, Michi, David, Felix, Ashi, Avi, Takuto, Kiki, Joey, Eva, Xiaomu, Silo, Rei, Nayuki, and Mayumi. The split personality of Squid, Helsing, right next to Squid, Natsuki, Natasha, Ariana, Momo, Hiriko, Rando Bot, June, Tsuchiki, Owen, JFJ, Akiho, who is now on the singles bracket as well, via, you know, little secret episode. If you want to try and find the secret episode, there is still one spot that you could put somebody in. That is the singles finale. We'll see. We'll see. Shad in 66th, Lynn in 67th, Ben in 68th, former champion in 69th. You know what? 69th is like a win in itself. Alex in 70th, Mayu, Mimi, Koemi, Murasaki, Rosaka, Amber, Dave, Chi, Minata, Daruma, Addy, Ringo, Skyland, Kara, Misaki, and Hana rounding it all off. What a matchup. What a show. Truly incredible. And we'll proceed one more again. We have to go back and we'll just take a peek. It all started with Hana just stepping off a little bit too soon. It all ended with Tiger couldn't handle the circumstances anymore and commits a murder. The final murder. Bite's body was found in a lake, and Tiger walks out as OC champion. Big time KOs in Owen's name and Hana's name. Momochi with 7. Tried to do everything in Momochi's power to get that big KO. I'm sorry, that big win. Not quite, but still has another opportunity. Nunzio got just far enough. Made it in front of every other OC who didn't quite make it. Earns a spot. Tiger with 4, Meki with 3, so did Melody, Peggy, Satsushi, Spirilius all had 3. Everyone else with 2 or less. Scroll through one more again from 1st all the way to 86. Go back to the reaping. This was the OC free-for-all. Soon, we will have the end of this season. This week, we got by the numbers. This week, we probably also have the World Pancake Championship match. So get excited for it. Get ready. And while you're at it, the thing, the second part, or I guess the last vote for your tag team should now be open. Unless I did a lot of cutting from this episode, because there's like a good portion of a bit. Look, or just around this time, I might even open it just right now. Tag team. In fact, we'll restart this music because I'm not quite done. Tag team. Fan votes, the final 5 teams, unless there was some sort of tie, are in. And you can still vote for the Hall of Fame, and I think I'm going to allow you to keep voting until the By the Numbers episode? Question mark? Until the By the Numbers battle? That seems about right. I think that seems about right. Until this Thursday, because that's when I'm gonna start really pulling together all of the information and whatnot. There's a couple clear favorites, but not a ton of clear favorites. Without further ado, though, this has been the episode. You guys have had, again, a grand old time. I have as well. Until By the Numbers. Go ahead and make your votes, because your votes do matter, because, as you can see from that last vote, things get really close. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. As always, thank you so much for submitting these OCs. Thank you so much for watching, and have a phenomenal rest of your day. Toodaloo. Flight Crew. And one more good time. Thank you for watching.